Okay, thank you. So today we're going to talk about healthy holiday eating. As the holidays approach, a lot of people tend to kind of get worried about their diet and staying on a healthy goal while over this season. So some goals for healthy eating. So each day, eat three small meals or one and snacks in between. Your body is really used to a regimen and staying on that kind of cycle. So eating those 3 meals a day, even with a big holiday meal, just making sure you're eating breakfast before the meal or a lunch, just to make sure your body's kind of in their routine. And having a variety of foods and colors. So your different colors of fruits and vegetables are where you get your different sources of nutrients. So eating the rainbow is what we like to say, and getting all those different kinds of fruits and vegetables. Also eating different sources of food. So for whole grains, fruits and vegetables, beans and legumes, those offer different types of nutrients, like your carbohydrates, your fats, and your proteins that everyone needs. Also, monitoring your portion sizes is very important, especially over the holidays, just to avoid overeating. So some general healthy tips, including the variety of foods that we've previously discussed, eating the fish, nuts, seeds, healthier fats. So your healthier fats are your olive oil, avocado oils, avocados, nuts and seeds, and some fat from fish. Those are more healthier and heart healthier fats that don't give you adverse effects like your saturated fats and your red meats and your whole fat dairies. And those things we kind of like to limit as well with your salt intake that can tend to be hidden in different casseroles and side dishes. And also avoiding trans fats. Those tend to be in your bought and pastries, and they have to find a trans fat. It has hydrogenated oils on your ingredient list. So before we enter the holiday season, it's important to kind of have a plan and be prepared for kind of how you're going to go about that. And remember, you can still enjoy all your holiday foods and stay on track with eating healthy. So between Thanksgiving and New Year's, Americans tend to put on 1 to 2 pounds, which can lead to a lot of adverse effects. And it's no surprise, given what I'll be showing on the next page of the calorie dense of the foods we tend to eat at holidays, especially the cocktails. So these are this is what you typically see at your holiday meals, and you can see on the side the calories in each. So it can tend to add up, especially your desserts and your drinks tend to have a lot of those higher calories that you're not really aware of when you're eating them. So a total of a typical holiday meal is over 2,000 calories, and that's more than what we like to eat per day, and that's only in one meal. So it's not really a big surprise that we tend to gain some weight over this season. So some holiday eating tips that we'll be going over is planning ahead, bringing some healthy options to your gathering so you know you have something there to eat that's helpful, and watching your portion sizes, not being afraid to throw out some extra foods or give away some extra foods, and being able to eat all your food without feeling guilty and eating mindfully and just staying active. So number 1, bringing a healthy side. So there's so many sides at your holiday meals. They tend to be high in fat, high in calories that tend, like I said before, kind of sneak up on you and you tend to gain weight. So one thing you can do is make sure you bring your own side, whether it be a lighter casserole, a salad, a fruit dish, things like that, to make sure you have some of those nutrients that we're kind of looking for each day at your holiday meal. So here are some different ingredients, different recipes that have a little bit more healthful, more fruits and vegetables in them. And this presentation will be sent, so you will be able to have a chance to look at these recipes more in depth. So there's multiple different sides or main dishes that kind of help get your fruits and vegetables in. And number two, excuse me, portion control. So when you're at a holiday meal, everything looks good. You want to try a little bit of everything, which is okay to do. Just being watching your portion sizes, and take a little bit of everything. So think of it as like a sample platter you would get at a restaurant. And moderation is key. So if you just get a little spoonful of everything and kind of depend on what you like, you can get more of later, or and maybe not try and find out what you don't like at the meal, and you won't have a whole bunch to waste or to eat. I mean, don't go hungry. I know a lot of people say they skip their breakfast and their lunch to prepare for their big meal at the end of the day. However, like I said before, keeping that routine of eating 3 meals a day is important for your body, as well as having that space in between your meals will cause you to eat faster and bigger portions of your meal, and tend to make you feel overfull. Is you don't feel well after you eat, and you tend to overindulge in those foods, causing a higher increase in your calorie intake. So it's just important to make sure you're eating every meal and having some healthy foods even at those other meals as well. And turkey. So usually everyone has some turkey at their holiday meals, and luckily turkey is a more healthier food. It's a great source of lean protein. And one way to keep that more healthier is to go lighter on the gravy and peel off the skin of the turkey. So the skin of the turkey is where a lot of the unhealthy fat is, and so taking off that skin can reduce the amount of fat you intake. So portion control. We tend in outpatient, we use a lot of descriptions of portion control with the My Plate method. So this kind of just breaks up your plate to see how much fruits and vegetables, protein, and grains you should be eating. So just kind of by the plate. So we should be eating about 1/4 of your plate should be protein. 1/4 of your plate should be your starches, so your grains, your starchy vegetables like corn, peas, and potatoes, and some squashes. And then the other side of your plate the half of it will be fruits and vegetables of different colors and different with different nutrient values, to kind of get all of that in there. And so this is kind of a visual on how you would portion up a meal. You see you have your protein, your turkey, your starches with the bread and the potatoes, and then your vegetables. We also like to get in your healthy fats. So this is just another description of a healthy holiday plate. So again, you have your lean protein, your fruits, your vegetables, healthy carbohydrates, and those nuts have some healthy fats in them as well that we'd like to get at each meal. So holiday beverages, these tend to have a little bit higher sugar content, that also have a lot of calories in them, that if you overindulge in these, you can have there's a whole bunch of extra calories and just have more sugar than you usually have. So your apple cider, you can look up the added sugar and try to get less added sugars, or you can even make it yourself with this ingredients, apple juice and cloves, and making it yourself, so you know what kind of ingredients are in there and you don't add as much sugar. Same thing with hot chocolate, maybe adding it with low fat milk or water, or go easy on the toppings, not a whole bunch of chocolate and marshmallows or whipped cream. And with eggnog, just getting a little bit less eggnog and adding in more milk, and passing on the whipped cream will kind of help you keep it a lighter drink. Also, drinking more water. With all of these sugary drinks, you can be more dehydrated, and we forget to drink water as we're drinking all these yummy holiday drinks. So just important to have water by you, drinking it at meals, and then having these other drinks just like after your meal or one during the meal, to make sure you don't get dehydrated. And then getting rid of extras. So we all get a lot of people get extra goodies, candies, and have a whole bunch of leftovers after the holidays. So one thing you can do is after your holiday meal, portion it onto different disposable platters and give it to your guests and they can bring home as an extra meal. Also, a lot of people get those sweets and cookies and breads, and a lot of people have them in their house, and so that kind of gives them a reminder that they can eat it, and sometimes they can overindulge. So you can put it in the freezer to keep it out of sight and pull it out later when you're craving them, or even just giving them away. Or it's not bad to throw out those extra sweets that you accumulated. So like kind of taking away those temptations of eating those. And this is another great recipe. It's just kind of what to do with your leftovers. This is a leftover stuffing muffin cup. Another idea with your leftovers is using the leftover turkey and making it into a soup, like a turkey noodle soup, and just having different ingredients or recipes to make those leftovers into a different meal for later. Also, so number 4, eating mindfully. So this is just kind of making sure you're aware of your hunger cues and kind of how your body is feeling when you're eating. So kind of shift out of autopilot. A lot of people are talking and kind of eating mindlessly, and then they don't realize their whole plate's gone. They don't even really remember eating all of that delicious food. So just kind of being aware of your food and taking your small bites, slowing them down, and kind of fully tasting your meal. Also check in with yourself, seeing, are you hungry? Are you still hungry, or are you full? And you can leave, throw away that plate for now, because you are full. You don't need to overeat. And kind of observe your thoughts as you're eating. And when you're eating, are you feeling good about yourself? Or are you having negative thoughts? We want to shift away from those negative thoughts and not feel like eating is guilty or being bad or cheating on your diet. We don't like those words. Those are more negative, and we like to have mindful eating and being a positive experience for you. So number 5, get moving. Just staying active throughout the holiday season. You can be active in many ways. It doesn't have to be just a full workout. It can be sledding, ice skating, skiing, even shoveling your snow, going on walks around the house or around your neighborhood, cleaning the house before and after your holiday parties, going out to play some flag football with your family after your meal. Anything can that gets you moving is a good form of exercise that you just can do throughout the season to kind of get all those nutrients you've been eating and kind of working them and just staying active in different ways. You can be active with your family and having fun with it. So some takeaways from the presentation. Number 1, bringing a healthy side to your gathering, so you have something there to eat that is nutritious. If you just make sure you have that there. Don't skip your meals. Eat before you go, so you're not overly hungry when you start your eating. So you don't overeat. Be mindful of your portions. Make good food choices. Making sure you kind of remember that my plate method, so you're having all those different varieties of colors and nutrients, and staying active. So I want you to go into the holiday season with a positive mind and not worried about letting the holiday season weigh you down. Just take these tips and make some mindful choices, and you'll do great. So any questions?
Thank you, Kaci, for that. All those tips. Those will be very helpful on the holidays that are coming right around the corner. There are a couple questions. The first one is, what foods should someone avoid during the holidays if they're on a sodium restricted diet?
Okay. A lot of casseroles tend to be packed with some salt, and some of the turkeys have some salt within their brine when they're getting cooked. So just kind of having limit those portions of those casseroles, and And this would be a good way to bring your own side dish, so you know the salt content, that you have something there to eat that you know is low sodium, and just having the other things being smaller portions. If it's more of a, people bring their own dish for everyone, you tend to not always know how much salt someone put into something. So going towards more of your vegetables and your fruits, and having a little bit smaller portions of your casseroles and your salty turkeys or hams. Yes.
Thank you. The next question is, we're always so busy during the holidays, it's hard to get 3 meals in and eat regularly. Do you recommend any types of supplemental shakes? If so, what kind do you recommend?
Yes. You say busy, even just bringing some snacks with you, like trail mix, or little snacks like that, to just make sure you're eating a little bit before your meals, or if you have large breaks between your meals, or if you're traveling, just little snacks like trail mix, some grapes. But if there's also some supplement options, as in like there's boost shakes, premier protein shakes, Ensured shakes, that are all offered at, you can buy out the grocery store, like at Walmart. That has a great source of calories, protein, and that will kind of serve as like a snack or a small meal, if you're traveling, or if you're really busy during this season.
Okay, thank you very much, Kaci. I don't see any more questions right now. So I do want to thank you for your tips and your presentation. And I want to let the participants know we will be emailing out your PowerPoint. And also this presentation was recorded, and you will receive a link that will be uploaded to our North Kansas City Hospital YouTube channel, that you can view this presentation again. Thank you again, Kaci. Appreciate your presentation.
Yes, thank you, and have a happy holiday season.
Okay, and participants, have a good rest of your day, and happy holidays to you too.